Hello friends, in this session I explain Apriori Algorithm. With the quick growth in e-commerce applications, there is an built-up vast quantity of data in months, not in years. Data mining, also known as knowledge discovery in database, to find differences, correlationships, patterns, and trends to predict outcomes. Apriori algorithm is a classical algorithm in data mining. It is used for mining frequent patterns, item sets, and relevant association rules. It is devised to operate on a database containing a lot of transactions. For instance, items bought by customers in a store. It is very important for effective market basket analysis, and it helps the customers in purchasing their items with more case, which increase the sales of the markets. It has also been used in the field of healthcare for the detection of adverse drugs reactions. It produce association rule that indicates what all combination of medications and patients characteristics lead. Now I explain our main topic of this session, our priority algorithm. For that, what is an item set? A set of items together is called an item set. If any item set has key items, it is called a key item set. An item set consists of two or more items. An item set that occurs frequently is called a frequent item set. Therefore, frequent item set mining is a data mining technique to identify the items that often occurs together. For example, bread and butter, laptop and antivirus software, etc. is the example of item set. Now, I explain what is a frequent item set. A set of items is called frequent if it satisfies a minimum threshold value for support and confidence. Support shows transaction with items purchased together in a single transaction. Confidence shows transactions where the items are purchased one after the other. For frequent item set mining methods, we consider only those transactions which meet minimum threshold support and confidence requirements. Insights from these mining algorithms offer a lot of benefits, cost cutting, and improved competitive advantages. There is a trade-off time taken to mine data and volume of data of frequent mining. The frequent mining algorithm is an effective algorithm to mine the hidden patterns of item sets within a short time and less memory consumptions. Now I explain frequent pattern mining, and it is also called as FPM. The frequent pattern mining algorithm is one of the most important technique of data mining to discover relationship between different items in a data set. These relationships are represented in the form of association rules. It helps to find the irregularities in data. FPM means frequent pattern mining has many applications in the field of like data analysis, software bugs, cross marketing, sell campaigning analysis, market basket analysis, etc. Frequent item sets discover through a priori have many applications in data mining tasks. Tasks such as finding interesting patterns in the database, finding out sequence and mind of association rule in the most important of them. Association rules apply to supermarket transaction data. That is, to examine the customer behavior in terms of the purchased product. Association rule described how often the items are purchased together. Learning of association rule is used to find relationship between attributes in large database. An association rule A implies B will be the form for a set of transactions. Some value of item set A determined the value of item set B under the condition in which minimum support and confidence are met. Support and confidence for item set A and B are represented by formulas like support A is equal to number of transactions in which A appears divided by total number of transactions. Confidence A implies B is equal to support A union B divided by support A. Here A and B is item. Support and confidence can be represented by the following example. Like bread implies butter. Here support is equal to 2% and confidence is 60%. The above statement is an example of an association rule. This means that there is a 2% transactions that bought bread and butter together and there are 60% of customer who purchased bread as well as butter. We all know association rule mining consists of two steps. First one is find all the frequent item sets and second one is generate association rules from the above frequent item sets. So for that, what is a frequent item set? Mining is used. So answer is frequent item set or patterns is broadly used because of its wide application in mining association rule, correlation and graph pattern. Constraint that is based on frequent patterns, sequential patterns, and many other data mining tasks. Now I explain second steps is Apriori algorithm is also known as frequent patterns algorithm. We all know Apriori algorithm was the first algorithm that was proposed from frequent item set mining. It was later improved by R. Agrawal and R. Srikanth and comes to be known as Apriori. This algorithm used two steps. First one is joint and second one is prune to reduce the search space. It is an iterative approach to discover the most frequent item set. The steps followed in a priori algorithm of data mining are: first is join step. These steps generates k plus 1 item set from k item sets by joining each item with itself. Second is prune steps means these steps scan the count of each item in the database. If the candidate item does not meet minimum support, then it is regard or remove as infrequent and thus it is removed. This steps is performed to reduce the size of candidate item sets. So we have said that a priori algorithm is a sequence of steps to be followed to find the most frequent item set in the given database. This database or data mining techniques follow the join and the prune steps iteratively until the most frequent item set is achieved. A minimum support threshold is given in the problem or it is assumed by the user. Learning association rule basically means finding the items that are purchased together more frequently than others. So one question is rise in our mind, what is the use of learning association rule? So answer is like shopping centers use association rule to place the item next to each other so that users buy more items. If you are familiar with data mining, you would know about the famous beer and diapers Walmart story. Basically, Walmart studies their data and found that on Friday afternoon, young American males who buy diapers also tends to buy beer. So Walmart placed beer next to diaper and the beer sale went up. This is famous because no one would have predicted such a result, and that's the power of data mining. You can Google for this if you are interested in further details. Also, if you are familiar with Amazon, they use association mining to recommend you the item based on the current item you are buying or browsing. Another application is the Google autocomplete, where after you type in a word in search frequently associate words that user type after a particular word. So, as I said, a priori is a classical and probably the most basic algorithm to do it. Now, I explain how does a priori algorithm works or its steps. So first steps is find out the minimum support from the database or given example. In general, minimum support is given in digit, but if minimum support is given in percentage, then we have convert that support into digit with below equations. The equation is minimum support is equal to given minimum support means available in percentage into total transaction divided by 100. For example, support threshold is 50% and total transaction is 6. For that, minimum support is 3. Now, in step 2, we have create a frequency table for all the items that occurs in all the transactions and their count. Now in step 3, we have create a new table in which we have include those elements or items are significant for which the support is greater than or equal to the threshold support. For example, in step 1, we have find minimum support is 3. So only those items are significant which occurs in more than 3 times in transactions. Now in step 4, we make all the possible pair of the significant items. For that, the order does not matter, or we can say AB is same as BA. Now, in step 5, we have count the occurrence of each pair in all the transactions. Now, in step 6, we have create a new table for those item sets are significant which cross the support threshold. Now, in step 7, we have find a set of three items that are purchased together as well as their count. We will use the item sets found in step 6 and create a set of three items. Now in step 8, we have create a new table of those item sets are significant which cross the support thresholds. We have continued these steps until we have find out set of items and their count till the frequent item set for the given transaction is not found. Then after we have find out confidence of that frequent item sets. Now I explain Apriori algorithm with example. Now see in the table which describes a transactions with different items like transaction T1 includes mango, onion, Nintendo, keychain, X, yo-yo. Transaction T2 includes dolly, onion, Nintendo, keychain, X, yo-yo. Transaction T3 includes mango, apple, keychain, X. Transaction T4 include mango, umbrella, corn, keychain, yo-yo. Transaction T5 includes cone, onion, again onion, keychain, ice cream, and eggs. Now, we follow a simple golden rules. We say an item or item set is frequently bought or purchased if it is bought at least 60% of items and frequently bought items and items at confidence is 75%. In this example, total transaction and their transaction detail is given like the transactions includes up to T1 to T5 and that includes different items like mango, onion, Nintendo, keychain, eggs, yo-yo, ice cream, etc. Support threshold is equal to 60% and confidence is equal to 75% is given for that example. So we have start the solution of the given example. So in step 1, we have find out the minimum support for the database or given example. Here minimum support is given in percentage. So we have convert it into digit with the equation of minimum support is equal to given minimum support which is available in percentage into total transaction divided by 100. In this example, support threshold is equal to 60% and total transaction is 5. So put that value in equation. So we have find out 60 into 5 divided by 100. So answer is 3. So we can say minimum support is 3. Now, see in table, we have different items in transactions like mango, onion, Nintendo, keychain, X, yo-yo. For simply, we can assume M is equal to mango, O is equal to onion, and so on. So that table becomes like original tables look like So the transactions include T1 to T5 and items like M, O, N, K, E, Y in transaction T1. Like we have assumed short form of the original name. So that's items included in total transaction T1 to T5. And we have considered it the original table. Now, in step 2, we have created a frequency table of all the items that occurs in all the transactions and find out their count. For that, we have find out individual's item of every transaction. Now see in table, in transaction T1, we have M, O, and K, E, Y items. Note that we can only list a unique items from the transaction table. So for that, we have count the number of transactions in which each items occurs. Not O is equal to onion is bought 4 times in total, but it occurs in just 3 transactions. So individual items and their count is like M occurs 3 times, O occurs 3 times, N occurs 2 times, K occurs 5 times, E occurs 4 times, Y occurs 3 times, D occurs 1 times, A occurs 1 times, U occurs 1 times, C occurs 2 times, I occurs 1 times. Now, in step 3, create a new table in which we have include those elements or items are significant for which the support is greater than or equal to the threshold supports. So based on that minimum transaction table, we have find out individuals items and their count. Now remember, I say the item is said frequently purchased if it is purchased at least 3 times. So, in these steps, we remove all the items that are purchased less than 3 times from the table and we are left with, so we have find these new tables like items M is occurs 3 times, O occurs 3 times, K occurs 5 times, E occurs 4 times, Y occurs 3 times, and we have removed D, A, U, C, I because and N. Okay. So total items like we have removed is N, D, A, U, C, and I because their supports or their total transaction is less than minimum supports. So this is the single items that are purchased frequently. Now let's say we want to find a pair of items that are purchased frequently based on the prune table. Now we have applied step 4. So in step 4, we make all the possible pairs of significant items. For that, we have items like M and O, M, O, K, E, Y, not M, O, and we have generated pair of that items. For generating a pair, we have start with items M to Y. So it generates pair like MO, MK, ME, MY. And then we start with the second items like OK, OE, OY. This process is called join step of two item sets. Not that we did not do OM because we already did MO when we were making pairs with M and buys a mango and onion together is same as buying onion and mango together. So after the making all the pairs we get items like MO, MK, ME, MY, OK, OE, OY, KE, KY, EY. Now we have applied step number 5. Count the occurrence of each pair in all the transactions. Now see our original transaction table. Based on that transaction table, we have find out count of two item sets pair, which we have find out in step 4. Now we count how many times each pair is purchased together. For example, M and O is just purchased together one time in transaction T1, while M and K is purchased together three times in transaction T1, in transaction T3, and in transaction T4. After doing that, for all the pairs, we get counts like MO occurs one times, M and K items occurs three times, ME item sets occurs two times, MY item sets occurs two times, OK item sets occurs three times, OE item sets occurs three times, OY item sets occurs two times, KE item sets occurs four times, KY item set occurs three times, EY item set occurs two times. Now we have applied step number 6 now. In step number 6, we have created a new tables of those item sets are significance which cross the support threshold. Now see in table, this table we have created in step number 5. Now we have pruned the table with golden rules to rescue or remove all the item pairs with number of transactions less than 3, and we are left with items pairs like MK and their count is 3, OK and their count is 3, OE and their count is 3, KE and their count is 4, and KY their count is 3. So these are the pair of items frequently purchased together, and that minimum supports is greater than or equal to the minimum supports, which we have find out in step number 1. Now we have applied step number 7. In step number 7, we have find a set of 3 items that are purchased together as well as their count. Now based on the step 6, we have these items like MK, OK, OE, KE, and KY. Now, based on the table, we have created 3 item sets. To make the set of 3 item set, we need one more rules, and it's called remains as self joins. Means it's simple for the items pair in the table. We find two pairs with the same first alphabet. So we have get OK and OE. This gives OK E items, and KE and KY. This gives KE Y items. Then we have find out this now. Then we have find how many times OKE are purchased together in the original table and same as KEY. So we have get like OKE purchased 3 times and KEY purchased 2 times. Now see item set KEY count is less than minimum support, so we can delete that item set. So our final answer is frequent item set is KEY. Thus the set of 3 items that are purchased together most frequently is KY. Now, we have generated association rule for frequent item set is KY, means we have find out confidence of that item set with confidence equations for our first item set is OK implies E. Now see our equation of confidence. Confidence A implies B is equal to support A union B divided by support A. Here A is OK and B is E. Put that value in equation. So confidence is equal to support OKE divided by support OK. So OKE occurs 3 times and OK is also occurs 3 times. We can multiply this 100 and we have find out the answer is 100%. Here we have multiplied the answer with 100 because we have find confidence into integer value, not in decimal. So next is OE implies K. So confidence is equal to support OKE divided by support OE. Put that value 3 divided by 3 into 100. So we can again find out 100% confidence. Next is K implies O. So confidence is equal to support OKE divided by support K. Put the value. So we have find out 75% confidence. Next is O implies K. For that, confidence is equal to support OKE divided by support O. Put the value of OKE and O. So we have find out 100% confidence for that. Next is K implies OE. For that, confidence is equal to support OKE divided by support K. Put that value like OKE occurs 3 times and K occurs 5 times. So answer is 60%. Now next is E implies OK. So for that, confidence is equal to support OKE divided by support E. Put the value of OKE and E occurs. So OKE occurs 3 times and E occurs 4 times. Put that value in equations and we have find out 75% confidence. Now confidence is 75% is given in this example. So this shows that all the association rules are strong because minimum confidence threshold is 75%. So answer is OK implies E, OE implies K, KE implies O, O implies KE, and E implies OK. Their supports is more than 75%. So we have said that these pair are purchased together. So I hope you can understand the a priori algorithm. So thank you friends watching this video. I hope you can understand how a priori algorithm is work. Thank you.